Shalom all, this is Mike and Mandy, UTOM, www.utom.org, and just showing some progression that we have been doing from the last videos. We did one on the goats and chickens and everything, and here's one of our garden. We've got it tilled up and ready to go. We started planting. Mandy, what do we got planted so far?
First row at the front is squash, yellow squash. Second row, there's only 3 cucumber plants in there. I'm going to plant something else on the other side of that. The next row over has some Anaheim peppers, some banana peppers, and 3 tomato bushes that we transplanted that aren't looking too hot, but we're hoping they'll come back. And then behind that, in that fourth row there, is 6 habanero peppers. So I'll be making lots of salsa.
We love salsa. And I'm going to let her briefly share with you something we're going to try this year. It's called the Three Sister Method.
It's called the Three Sister Method of Gardening. It's actually a Native American method of gardening. And what you do is you plant corn, beans, and squash all in the same row together. And what happens is you plant your corn first. When it gets several inches tall, 4, 5, 6 inches tall, you plant your beans and your squash. And the corn, excuse the turkeys in the background, the corn acts as the...
And the baby.
And the baby screams. She got a swing for a present from her grandparents. The corn acts as a stalk for the beans to trail up, and the squash acts as a ground cover, which helps the ground retain the moisture, and also helps to alleviate some of the weeds that might come up, because weeds like sunshine, and if there's too much shade on the ground, then they won't grow so well. So in the traditional Native American way, they would put a dead fish. They would in the ground. They would dig a hole, put a dead fish, a corn, a squash, and a bean seed. And the dead fish would provide the fertilizer, the nitrogen, and other nutrients needed by the plants as they grew. So that's the Three Sister Method of gardening.
What about last year? I noticed that you also planted some regular plants in between.
It's called companion gardening. And what you do is you plant things together, like marigolds are deterrent to some pests, and I can't remember everything offhand, but there are things that complement each other. Some things provide more nutrients when they're growing that other plants need, and some plants protect other plants from pests and disease and stuff like that. And it's always a good thing to plant flowers in your garden or around your garden, because it attracts bees, and bees are of course pollinators, and without bees your garden won't flourish as well as if you did have bees. And I don't know if you can pan back there. I don't know if you can see way back there those little white flowers on those bushes way back there. Those are wild berry bushes, and so that is, for right now, helping us as our pollinator. But I am going to plant marigolds and other kinds of flowers around the rim of the garden.
And we also use those topsy-turvies also, too, for some tomatoes.
We also have a lot of container gardening we do. This garden is going to have, towards the back of it, is going to have probably a dozen rows of corn with the beans and the squash mixed in. And we're going to also have melons and other beans mixed in, and some other kinds of plants in here. But I also have peppers and tomatoes and herbs that I container garden, because for a lot of people that don't have the property like we do, you can put in a big container. You can put a couple of plants in each container, and I have several very large containers that I have 2 peppers in each one.
Well, we recommend this. Mandy this is probably the biggest garden we've ever had since we've been married, and we both felt impressed this is going to happen, because we do feel like there's some strange and hard times coming for this country, and we're not talking, Book of Revelation stuff according to Christians. We're talking about just basic inflation and things like that are going to make it very hard for families like ours to go out and just buy what you need. So we've increased our garden size, goats and things of that nature, just in case. If not, we'll definitely eat this stuff anyway. And so we just want to give you a little update up on our garden, because I told you we would, and things that we're doing to help you not only create a spiritual community within your home and a shalom home, but also a haven too that help feed people. One of the unique things about Utah and I know our home, we do follow more of the teachings of, like, Ebionite, maybe more, James, and a lot of the, things of that nature. So charity is a big deal, and we want to be a family also. If something happens, that we're going to be able to help people, feed all people, whether they with us or not. But to be an open house as long as you can until people start getting violent and want to take your stuff. There goes Bella across the screen. But so we want to be that. Yeah, there she goes again. So we want, we're trying to do that also, to be open to people and to give people that are in need and stuff of that nature also. But that's what we are, and we're in the middle of. We only got one more day, according to the counting, of unleavened bread. Of course, the rabbinicals will go an extra day to Tuesday night, but we do the counting. And it's been an exciting Passover. We had a great Seder. We had first one was our family one, and it wasn't a traditional at all. It was more of us sitting around telling the story and eating matzah. And then the second night we had a more formal Seder, and we had people over, and great time. And since then we've been just doing, now today we started counting the Omer. We start today because there is the rabbinical way, which started the day after unleavened bread, and we have no disagreements with any of it. Just our family does do the Karaite style of starting after the weekly Shabbos. So that's another thing too. When you create your own home, even at Utah, we are a union, and we do agree with the certain principles, but we have leeway also, because we don't condemn the rabbinical and we don't condemn the Karaite. Our family does what's best according to what we see interpret Torah, and we also will celebrate the Shavuot with the rabbinicals and with the Karaites, because there's enough to go around. So this is our garden, and just want to give you an update again, and we will do some more video series coming up on Shabbat.
Stay tuned for the baby goat birthing.
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
Close.
We're getting close. We're fixing to have a goat kid. So that'll be coming up also. But shalom, and just want to give you an update of what's going on here. And we thank you for viewing our videos. www.utom.org. Shalom.